it has actually been 5 days since I started my system, and today we are going to add our fish and hook up our timer. So after I said 3 days, I went ahead and gave it 5 days because today's actually the day that I could do this. So all of the chlorine has burned out of the water, so now it's safe to put our fish in the water and add our aquaponic water so that we don't kill our nitrifying bacteria with the chlorine. So I went ahead and went out to the greenhouse this morning, and we had a little bit of a situation at the greenhouse where we had some tilapia babies get into our grow troughs for our lettuce, and so we went ahead and scooped those out. And I recommend goldfish because they are easy to do, and getting started in aquaponics, you really don't want to be having to worry about the fish and the plants. But we do have some tilapia in our tank still. We also have been slowly converting them over to goldfish. And so today I'm going to be adding tilapia, but again, that is not the necessary fish for aquaponics. I do recommend goldfish. So let's go ahead, and first we will add, let's take a look at our plants here. So you can see that we've had quite a bit of sprouting action happening here. So I'm going to wait until these plants get their second set of leaves to make the determination of which ones I want to go ahead and cull, and they're about there already. So they're looking good. They popped up real nice, but again, I've got fat fingers. It's hard for me to get one seed in a hole, so I go ahead and do it this way. And so now I brought my tilapia in my handy dandy cooler here and my aquaponic water. So we're gonna go ahead and stick these guys in this tank. Now what I'm gonna do is just dump it in there. Got a little on my feet. Sure there's no fish in here. Okay, we're good. Alright, the fishies have been added to the water, and give them a little bit of some, since they are tilapia, they're gonna need the tilapia food, so just do a little pinch of food. They really don't need very much food, and they probably won't be eating right now because they just got, their world's been a little bit upside down. So again, we have our cheesecloth in here to keep the fish out of the pump, keep debris out of the pump, helps on cleaning big time. And we have got our fish in and our aquaponic water. So now our nitrifying bacteria and our fish are in the water. So we have our fertilization rolling. All right, so now get my timer, and it's just a $10 timer that I got off of Amazon, programmable, and some of the ones have little dial things on them. You push the buttons down. Other ones have digital reads. This one's got a digital read. So because I'm growing lettuce, I can have the water on quite a bit, so I'm just going to turn it off at night in one cycle. And to do that, you just program this little guy. I've got it going, turning on at 6:25 a.m. and turning off at 8:30 p.m. And that'll be okay. At night, the fish don't need as much oxygen, so it's not as important to oxygenate the water. They kind of go into a rest state and barely use any oxygen. So there's plenty of oxygen in the water to keep the fish alive overnight while the cycle is not running. And the other reason I do it at night is because the plants are in their growth stages at night. So that's really good to be able to kind of allow them to not be focusing on taking in the nutrients and more so putting their efforts, the nutrients they have in the root systems, to the growth of the foliage. And so we found that, you know, kind of taking it and doing that is a great thing. So all you do with this guy, he's got to plug in here and plug in here, and all you do with him is you just plug him in and plug this part into your electrical system, or to your electrical line, whatever you're using to run your pump, and then plug your pump into this, and this will activate at the times that you have specified. We are back. It is 5 days since we added our aquaponic water and our fish, and we fed our fish for the first time, and we hooked our timer in to run for lettuce production. So today we are going to go ahead, and it's time. I've waited a little bit too long for this, but it's okay. It's time to cull the plants, to pull the, if you remember, I kind of have fat fingers when I'm planting, so I put a few too many seeds in, and so now we are going to pull the plants out that are not going to be growing in our aquaponics system. You only want to have one plant per net pot, and then we're going to test our system for ammonia to make sure that we have enough ammonia being created by the fish that we put in to be able to create food for the nitrifying bacteria, which then create the nitrates for our plants. So I have these are available at your local pet store. It is just ammonia testing kit, bottle 1 and bottle 2. It says right on the bottle how many drops. I think you can see there's 8 drops on these particular ones. You can get these at your local pet supply store, and you have a little beaker here to test your water in. So let's go ahead and first get our plants pulled out and then test our ammonias. Alright, so what we're going to do is just come along here and we're going to look at these plants. I just take the big one and pull the little one. So this guy's big, this guy's small, and he's going to come out. Let's pull him out. Ooh, that's only got one. Oh, there's 2 in there. One is substantially larger than the other one. Pull that out. And if you knock your main plant over a little bit, just kind of set him up. Maybe take a little soil and work it around him so he sits up a little better. It's not super great. I believe that one's only got 1 in it. I did good there. That one's only got 1. This one's got several. Pop this guy out. Pop this guy. You just kind of shake and pull them right out. And our main plant is being supported by the other guys, so we'll kind of prop him up. I'm going to take these and I'm actually going to go stick these in the ground garden. You can always take stuff from an aquaponic system and place it in the dirt, but you cannot take something from the dirt and place it in an aquaponic system. Don't really know why, but that's just how it works. Test the water. You'll take the beacon or beaker, fill it up to this line, dip it in your fish trough, pour some out, get it right at that line. And then you just take ammonia bottle number 1, lid off, 8 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take ammonia bottle number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Okay. Now I don't have my little test card with me. I've been doing this so long that I don't really know where those are at and don't really need them. So I kind of know what color I want my water, my test water to be. I want this to be kind of a light green. That means that I have a reading of ammonia, but it's not super duper high. Usually probably around 5 parts per million. And that's what I got. So I'm happy with my ammonia readings. If that was getting real dark, I'd be a little concerned. If you got really high ammonia readings, you can give your nitrifying bacteria too much food, and it'd be basically like trying to feed them a whole pizza in one bite, and they just can't ingest that. So that's why I only test ammonia, because I know if my ammonia is okay, then I know that all my nitrates and nitrites are okay. And but if your ammonias are too high, depending on how high they are, if they get over 40 parts per million, you're going to want to probably drain some of the water out and add some new water, and make sure you let that water sit, burn that chlorine off before you add it in, or you'll kill your fish. So again, when I feed these guys, a pinch. That's it. That's all you need.